What I loved about your essay is it corrected a long-held misconception I had of Plato, which is that the desire for virtue out of spirit, right, out of a social concern for others, or even how I think about it myself, is fickle. And it's unfickle because, it's quite obvious, your virtue changes based on what society values. And when society can't value you, you do things that aren't virtuous. And so that's why the honor lover's virtue is fickle.
I think you're right that the honor lover's virtue is sustained by a good society. Maybe if they have been so deeply dyed by those values that they can't shake them, but they don't have the rational supports for those values that the philosophers have. So I do think that even though the honor lovers have an imperfect virtue, and it's really virtue, it's genuine, it's not clear to me that it is so reliable and they would still behave virtuously.
Sort of early education almost defeats Socrates' entire enterprise in Athens, talking to adults, right, and then trying to change them. Because if he really believed that you just die at once, you're good, then the only project you should be doing is to figure out if this person is virtuous. If not, leave them alone, right? Because you're not going to do anything about them. But so it sounds like you've walked that back a bit.
I have walked that back, and I think what I cared about most in that paper was to show that the virtue of the auxiliaries, the honor lovers in the ideal city, was genuine.
There's one last thing that I found very interesting in your essay, which is the timocrat. Again, the honor lover in the bad society, and the auxiliary, the honor lover in the good society. Key difference in their characters seems to be that the timocrat only cares about being perceived in a certain way. And so this is why, he secretly makes a lot of money. But the auxiliary, the honor lover in the good society, actually cares about being. He wants recognition not just from others, but from himself. What explains this difference? So it's not just a difference in content, what is valued, but the form that they value that.
I think that they're both attracted to the real value that underlies, that is recognized, that is socially recognized, whether it's wealth.
The difference is that the timocrat is confused, whereas the auxiliary, because he's guided by the philosophers, he's not confused. That's the difference.